Next up, we have Goncalo. I'm going to. Goncalo from AppLifters is going to talk to us about scaling your app. AppLifter. I have to stumble over my words here because once upon a time I was part of a company called Applifter who got bought by Unity. So AppLifter is not the same thing. It's a different thing. AppLifter, AppLifter's OS turns insights into installs. Over to you.
Hi, hello everyone, and thank you for being here. Yeah, so today I'm gonna go over like what Applifter is and how can you, how can it help scale your games and scale your apps within this new technology that we developed. So basically, just a little bit about me first. I've been in the app industry for like around 7 to 8 years. I was at Oma Games before, Boombit. Now I'm head of marketing at AppLifters. And it's my third talk at PGC. It's my first talk on the second day, so bear with me. Normally I try to do it on the first day just to have a little bit more power. But yeah, let's get into this and what AppLifter really is about. A bit of issues with the formatting, but so basically, the reason why AppLifters really started, right? Like, what's the reason behind is that we're finding a lot of issues within what I think are the three main pillars for marketing, right? For user acquisition within mobile gaming and in apps. So we had a lot of issues with fragmented data. We were not really able to connect how much we're spending, how much we're generating, and especially trying to predict like the real value of the users from all of these misconnections. And we're seeing that around 30 to 40% of our LTV was not being well predicted. So we decided to try to fix that on the data side. But at the same time, there is always then a miscommunication between data and where the data is really coming from, right? That is the creatives that we generated, because that's the beginning of the user acquisition. So we also saw that creatives and the slow cycles of production were disrupting a lot this very dynamic ecosystem within user acquisition. And we decided to create as well our own internal tools to produce creatives, to produce playables, just to connect within the BI tool that I'm going to show you after. And on top of that, we've been around for a while now, and I think a lot of the margins that you are losing to the networks comes mainly from expertise, mainly from being in the market, having direct partnerships with the networks. And at AppLifters, we have now a pretty extensive partnership with over 40 networks, so I'm going to go over it in a little bit. So these were the three main issues that we had. And what we decided was to create a solution that adds everything in one place, right? You could see your data, you could predict your LTV, you could produce your playables, you could get the analytics from those playables and creatives, and then run everything directly to the networks without having a lot of middlemen. So first, I want to, basically this is okay. So this is the immediate impact on our clients. We are working with now over 40 clients within the industry, mainly gaming publishers, but also a few app publishers. As you can see, a lot of it is on how to deliver faster, to reduce mistakes, and to really scale up your games and apps. So starting with the UA intelligence, this is kind of like the cornerstone of AppLifters. We have developed a BI and a bidding solution that is allowing the user acquisition team to be efficient, to predict properly LTVs, and to basically know where you're spending your money. And one of the main features is, of course, the predictive LTV. So when we are looking at what our BI tool can do, we are, first of all, saving time on manual work by being automatically connected with the network. So you don't need to really get away or get out from our BI tool to have to change the bids, change the goals, integrate and upload the creatives, and everything is within one space, which I'm going to show you after how it looks. But it's for your user acquisition team, for your user acquisition manager. It's basically a safe haven that you don't need to go away from. Because on top of all of that, we have, like I said, predictive LTV. It's predicting all the way to day 180 from, you can start day 7, day 14, depending on your goals, but it's predicting all the way to day 180. and this allows you to know where to put your money. It's basically a plugin, almost like plug and play. We work with all MMPs, Adjust, Singular, AppsFlyer. So if you do have your game, if your game already has data with AppLifters, all you need to do is just plug in and play, and you start taking advantage of the predictive LTV right away. On top of that, there is the AI alert, which has been saving a lot of money and a lot of time to our user acquisition teams, because basically is analyzing in real time, literally with today's data, not with yesterday's data, last week's data, last month's data. With today's data, what's happening within your scale, within your ECPM's movements, within your ARPU fluctuation, and is alerting the team immediately on what's happening and what you should act on. So, for example, there's just an example there saying that the ROI for the US country in a specific campaign is lower than what it should be. So it's allowing your team to act and not react 1 week after, 1 month after. Is allowing you to act on the day itself. This is how our bidding solution looks like. So basically, you will be able to see like all your games, all your networks, all your campaigns all at once in the same time. You have, as I've showed you before, you can change the bids, you can change the goals, you can change whatever the alerts sometimes are advising you to immediately on the tool. As you can see, you have predictive LTV from day one. So when I did this screenshot was, it was the 15th of January, and you're already predicting day 28, day 180 on the day itself. And it's, as you can see, very easy to use. All information is one side. You don't need to go to the networks. You don't need to go to MMPs. You don't need to do predictive LTV, predictive ROI outside of this platform, because you have everything you need. So this is the data vertical as well. On top of it, we produced a creative and playable editor in-house that is connected within AppLifters, just so that you can produce your playables, produce your creatives, generate everything you need on the creative side without going away from AppLifters. First things first is there's different models that you can work with the playable side. You can either just rent the product itself, the tool, the editor, and you can produce the playables within your own team. So you just have access to the editor, but then you can have your own assets, your own expertise, or you can work with AppLifters directly, just ask for a specific playable, specific scenario, and then we'll deliver it to you. So basically, that's what we do, right? We deliver you the templates, we deliver the hosting, we deliver you the connections to the networks. You can then create outputs for as many A/B testings as you need, and then you within your team just work and just iterate as much as you can within one single position or one single place. You have limited variations, limited exports. The idea here is we built this tool just so that you can have your ownership over your playables and over your creatives and just create as much as you can. On top of all of that, and something that especially for me from the marketing side is very interesting as well, is the analytics behind the playables that they're producing. So we developed as well a way for you to track the clicks, track where the users are clicking the most, where the funnel is stopping, just so that you can understand as well your audience, right? Sometimes you have one playable on Facebook where the user interaction is completely different from a playable on AppLovin, and this allows you to understand your user, understand what's going well on your playable, what's going wrong, and then once again A/B test within our editor. That's how our editor looks, and that's how the analytic platform works as well. As you can see several funnels. So this is fixing then the creative part, like try to fix these very long cycles that sometimes if you have a small creative team, you have to work with external partners. With us, with AppLifters, is deleting that issue. Here is a case study, a very interesting one with the game this Darts Club. Basically, we were working a lot with SDKs, we're creating interactive end cards, but it was really missing a proper playable that was being very faithful to the game itself. And when we launched the first AppLifters playable within Darts Club, we started seeing right away an increase in performance. However, really what scaled these numbers that to me are crazy, because this game was already pretty big, but increasing by 4 times your scale, increasing by 90% your day 20 retention, this is real, just because of the playable. It's because we had the ability to do a lot of A/B testing. So our initial playable, you could play up to 50 points, but if you know darts, like the normal darts game goes to 501 points, right? You have to reach 501 points. But because of A/B testing, because the tool allows us to create different iterations, we started releasing a playable that allows you to go to 50 points, then 100 points, then 200 points. And we're seeing the more we let the user really play the playable for longer the points, the better the retention was, the better the scale started to be, because the conversion rate was much higher. Like the user had a lot of time to play, a lot of time to feel the real experience. And I know a playable all the way to 500 points is probably 2.5 minutes of playable, which is crazy, but people want the real experience, and it was a complete game changer for this game. It's the #1 darts game in the world right now. On top of that, right, what I said before is the issues of having real connection with the networks. A lot of us have this struggle of having different conversations with different networks, different learnings, different learning times, different creatives that work on the networks. So with AppLifters, as soon as you start using AppLifters, you know that you have direct and exclusive contact with over 40 networks, and most of the times you'll benefit from basically the premium tier of support. You're benefiting from a team that already spends hundreds of millions in all these networks, knowing where to put your money, what type of creatives to use, what type of lengths, what type of playables. And with AppLifters, you'll have access to basically all the ecosystem, almost like at the premium level. At the premium level, to be honest. So this is the less technical part, but the more experienced part of AppLifters, where really it's all about learnings and is really about the 5-7 years of experience that we have in our hands. One example was Ant Royale. It was already a big game for Boombit, but then as soon as we start applying the predictive LTV of the BI side, then with the playables, and on top of that, a really good partnership within Facebook, we start seeing the growth of this game that made almost 3.5 million in real profit, in real margin within, I think, 4 months, if I'm not mistaken. There's a little bit of overlay there in the layout, but this was the immediate impact of both playables and BI, and then of course the UA team from AppLifters to partnering with different networks. So that's basically it. I don't have a lot more time, but it comes from, of course, a lot of issues that we all face within data, within playables, within user acquisition. We try to fix all those issues, and when we did, we understood that there was actually, we created an ecosystem, right? We created a safe space for any developer, publisher to just plug in and play and be able to fix the 3 main issues, the 3 marketing pillars that the majority of publishers and developers, they have an issue with. We have here just a few, not case studies, but a few clients of ours just talking about AppLifters. We are working right now with over 40 clients, as you can see, some of the biggest names in the industry. If you do have any questions, you can come to me and ask me, but I think the best you can do is talk with our clients and ask our clients like how they feel about us. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? On that note, I'm going to say thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Sure.